welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a garden tour of my front yard, and I always include this side garden bed in this tour, and things are shaping up nicely. I've had some things bloom and be done blooming, so I will be inserting some videos, especially with my roses, which have had some nice flushes, and throughout this video, because everything doesn't bloom at the same time. And I don't want you guys to miss anything. These hollyhock are blooming now. I have a combination of a dark pink, a mid-tone pink, and then a white, kind of creamy pink, or a light pink and a white, which you can see here. These reseed themselves like crazy. These reseeded themselves back in this spot, which has been really fun. And they're just, I love them. I don't know if I'll keep them next year. I didn't intend to keep them this year, but they just come back crazy. And then in here I came and planted a bunch of Lysianthus. I have so many varieties. I loved that cut flower last year. It's really hard to grow, but I have just stuck with it, and hopefully they do well in this spot. I'm going out of town, so I'm a little bit worried how they're going to do when I'm gone, but hopefully they survive it. And just look how pretty those hollyhocks are. That's got to be 12 plus feet. So they add so much interest in this tall wall. I think eventually I do want to do some espalier fruit trees or something along here, just to add some height along this house. With the garden boxes here, it's hard. Can't really plant any trees. I guess I could here and there and then just use the rest. I don't know. Anyway, kind of interesting to think about. Didn't really think about that when we put these in. So I've got lavender, I've got pink, I've got white, I've got like terracotta, I've got like a rose brown. So many different varieties, and they're the most beautiful cut flower and they'll look pretty in here too, so I'm excited about that. My dahlias are going crazy, at least most of them. Some that get a late start kind of had a harder time. And then I came in here and planted some Supertunia Mini Vista White, just to add a little interest at the base, because I feel like every time I plant dahlias they get kind of gross looking at the base, and I wanted something really pretty down there. Our sprinklers went off right now and my shoes are a little squeaky. So if you hear a noise, that's what it is. And they're perfect. I love the Mini Vista White. It's probably one of my favorites. It's so bright, it's such a pure white, and it has nothing else, no other colors in it. It's just white and it's perfect. So look at these dahlias. Cannot wait till these start producing. In fact, we already have some buds on this one. This one's been in here for years. Probably should split these tubers and get this one out, but I probably do need to cut this back a little bit because it's encroaching on this one. I'll do that when I get back in town. But so many varieties to look forward to. My raspberries are doing great. I came in and replaced all the drip line in there earlier this season. Totally got scratched up. I've added iron to this because you can see it's a little chlorotic, and hopefully it'll start doing a little better. And it's been dry, so it needs a little bit more consistent water, I think. Okay, we have roses starting to bloom, which is so exciting because that means my rose garden tour is coming fairly soon. I do have issues with thrips this year, as you can see, which is a bummer. When you start to see this dark brown, that means bugs are invading your blooms and they'll take them over, and when they bloom, they'll turn a little brown around the edges. And I kind of was thinking it was frost, but then it just hit me yesterday. I was like, this is thrips. Crap. So I got some spinosad spray, the Captain Jack's dead bug, and I did come and spray these last night. The sprinklers went off though in some areas, so it probably washed it off, but when I get back in town I'll do it again. But I love this Molyneux rose. It's so pretty. It's like peach and white, but it's a pale yellow rose. So many different colors that come off this rose. It's just one of my favorites. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I love rose season. So hopefully these look okay for my garden tour. I think they will be, but yeah. Oh, love this one. I'll be doing a lot of filming. See how these are just kind of dead on the edge when they open up, and you can even tap this like on a piece of paper and little bugs will fall out, they said. I tried that last night, but I didn't really see any, but I just know they have thrips. So this happened to my Evelyn rose last year, and now I feel like most of my roses have it in this area. So annoying. And then we did have a little bit of a late frost, a couple. And so whenever we have a late frost and things get a little compromised, I've noticed that powdery mildew just creeps up pretty quickly. So I do have a little bit of that issue this year too, which is kind of annoying because we usually don't deal with that here in Utah. But this is my Anik rose, one of my favorites, favorite for scent too. And it just looks like a peony when it's starting to bloom. I love the color of it too. And it's gotten so tall. It's got quite an upright habit. Same with Molino. These have gotten quite tall this year. I'm amazed how tall they are actually. So, and then my Eden rose, so stunning, not quite as stunning as it was last year because of the thrips, but I'm hoping I have taken care of that problem. When I come back in town, I can film it and the rest of the blooms will look pretty good. So we will hope so. So look forward to that. My James Austin rose up there has already bloomed. Most of it's bloomed. We'll get a closer look at that as we get up there. Did a lot of filming for that. And then this is my Tranquility, not looking quite tranquil with a little bit of bits of brown, but we'll look past the imperfections. And this is a really pretty one too. High producer, throws long, crazy canes, but pretty nonetheless. In fact, I've cut a few canes back because it went a little crazy. I'm glad I gave that one more room. See how I gave that one 5 feet and the other ones I gave like 3. So yeah, give that one lots of space. Gabriel Oak looking stunning. This one didn't seem to be as affected, but as I got a little closer, I could start to see little spots that did have it. So I sprayed this one too. Oh, love this. Look how pretty. So many bright flowers, and this one's supposed to get pretty big too. I think this has quite enough space here. Oh, so pretty. James Galway, Eden, Tranquility, Anik, and Molino here in this section. It's been fun. Some of these roses have been here 4 years, some 1 or 2, 5, 4. This is like the 3rd year. And this Lilas rose I got on Etsy apparently. It's not legal to sell these, but I have one. Didn't know that. But see the damage here. Oh. And I'm sad because this, when I bought this, it was a tiny, tiny baby, and now it's pretty big. And so I just hope it looks pretty because it finally has some big shoots this year. Oh, it's taken it a while to get going, but it's such a pretty purple rose. You'll see all these in my garden tour though, so you can look forward to that coming pretty soon, probably in about a month, because it takes me a while to film all the footage and compile everything. You can tell I really love roses. I have these Pink Cloud Super Tunia Mini Vistas here. These are new this year from Proven Winners. I had them planted by some knockout roses, and when those bloomed, they were kind of reddish and the color contrast was terrible. So I moved them out here, and I have moved all my daylilies in the yard over here. This area is really tricky because for some reason it's always damp. And I thought these would do well here. Daylilies are not my favorite, but I'm glad they're all here now. All of them are here. I just barely moved those. That's why they're looking kind of sad, but they are pretty varieties though that I did get off Etsy. They're like peach and they're like yellow and key lime, I think. And so I do love them, but I think this is the perfect spot for them, and they're really happy. They've even gotten more blooms this year than they ever have. So that's kind of fun. More Super Tunia Mini Vista Pink Cloud. And then I planted some marigolds in here that I got a special variety. We'll see how they do. See how they do. And then here we have Eustacia Vi. Don't really have any blooms to show you. Sprayed this one last night too because you can see the thrips for sure. Oh, so frustrating. But I do have a lot of ladybugs, so I hope they're okay. You spray late, and the ladybugs can die, I read, if you spray the spinosad if it's wet, but if it's dry down there, they should be fine. So hopefully they were done for the night. We have a spirea back here, which is blooming. And then we have Sceptered Isle, which is blooming. So pretty. This got quite big. I planted this last year, and it's quite big this year. Lighting's not great, but you will see those. Oh, I got one more daylily. I also planted some unplugged blue here, which will be pretty by all these light pink roses. And this is Emily Bronte. So should be fun when these are all blooming. Okay, let's head up this way. We've got our flag up. I've made my porch a little patriotic, which has been kind of fun. This is kind of my dumping ground. So I overwintered these geraniums and they did beautifully. I love them. They're kind of rooting in, taking a minute. They'll be okay. They're just trying to recover a little bit. And then I also moved these Mystic Illusion dahlias here. These were in my garden boxes and they just keep coming back and coming back. So if you're in 7A, or higher, try leaving them in the ground and see if they come back. They're just massive. So I moved them here to this new spot. I have one over here too next to this grass, and then another geranium that I popped in here. So yeah, this is the dumping area. And then over here, we have some peonies, and we only got a couple blooms because we had a late frost. We had a couple late frosts actually, which was a little unfortunate to a lot of things, but I'll try to find a little video clip of those blooming. I'm not sure I have one or not, and it might've been on a previous video that I showed them. But yeah, too bad my roses have thrips. I'm hoping that I eradicated that problem last night, and we'll have some good footage for my rose garden tour. Let's take a look at this James Galway though. You can see the brown, that's thrip. They've been eating away at this, but man, so pretty. Loving all the roses. The Veronica is starting to bloom here. You can see a little bit of that purple, but that will be really pretty in my next garden video. I came in here and planted some hot pink Supertunia Mini Vista, and I really think I'm gonna like the Mini Vista here up front because they're a little more compact and dense. The blooms are smaller. They're just like mini petunias basically, and I think they'll do great here. Last year I did Tiara Pink, and I feel like the color's a little similar. I probably should have gone with something different, but I really wanted to try these out when I saw them. I was gonna do Pink Cloud, but I'm almost glad I didn't, because that one's so cool toned and so light. I feel like it's kind of hard to pair with things, and the hot pink goes with purple. And then I have some yellow marigolds that you can see are starting to bloom now. It took a minute for those to get rooted in, but I think it's going to be a really pretty combination, especially with the Nepeta blooming in and out here, the cat's pajamas. And it's on the last of its bloom, so it's looking kind of sad. It's time to cut that back, but now it's time for the annuals to take over. We have a little bit of lavender here too. I like to have purple as a base, and so a lot of my plants, perennials, are purple, and then I like to work around them with annuals, so it's kind of fun. So yeah, fun patriotic porch. I have some flag pillows. I have our flag out to celebrate the 250th anniversary of America. I trimmed back my boxwoods. That one's the saddest. Probably should not have done that, but I really wanted to get it done. So lesson learned. This one got scorched, man. I also planted some super bells in here. This is the grape punch. So we'll see how they do. They always seem to get bugs, and they have bugs still, even though I sprayed them. So might be the last year that I plant these, but look how fun the porch is. I did simple wreaths. I like simple. And I'm glad I got these black cherry Supertunias. I am going to come in, I left these blooms up so you guys could see them for the tour, but I am going to come in and give them a little trim so they bush out a little bit more. So I'll do that really quickly before I got out of town today. But I'm so glad I added that red. This is the perfect red. The deep kind of purpley red is my favorite. And it looks so pretty with the hostas. In here I have some wire vine and some fuchsia, which is blooming now, so you can see that. Oh my gosh, look at that. And some white impatiens. So hopefully those will just come out blooming and happy. And I have pretty much the same thing in here in the Diamond Frost Euphorbia, which will be beautiful. Loving these hostas here. We'll see how well they do. This is starting to get some hot afternoon sun. And hopefully we'll be able to get some blooms out of our Supertunia for a little while. But doesn't it look so cute? Oh, love it. I'm not adding any height in here, keeping it simple this year. I will troubleshoot that at some other time. And then I love this little pot. I got some lobelia, closest to blue that I could find. Love lobelia. And then we have some surefire white begonias in here. And then we have some ivy as our little trailer or spiller. Isn't that fun? So this is kind of the blue and white, and then we have the red and white. really loving it. I was worried about how it would look with the pink, but I feel like it's separate enough that it's totally fine. And then what's nice about these being in these little pots is I can move them in the backyard and pop them somewhere, and they'll be off the porch when I'm done celebrating the 4th of July and everything. So loving the hostas in these pots. And what's nice is I can use these hostas when I'm done in other areas of my yard, and these are some of my favorites with the white tips. That is it for this section. Let's go look at the other part of the front yard. The sun's starting to pink out, but you can see the Veronica. I like a little continuity, so I have this Veronica over here and there to kind of tie it all in together. And my hibiscus is growing in, and yeah, I didn't plant much in here. I'm gonna keep it quite simple, and I don't want to worry about watering a bunch of annuals, so I think I only plopped like 3 mini vistas in here. And then my glow girls, people ask about these. They're not quite as glowy as they were when I planted them, but they tend to get a little bit darker in color, but I think it's kind of because they're mostly in shade for the day, and then they get hot afternoon sun. Did you guys know that this lilac is a standard? It gets so big and bushy, and I really kind of limbed it up this year. It's so cute though. It's like a little oval lollipop. Mugo pine is starting to get a little bigger here. Love that. Daisies are getting ready to bloom, and Veronica. And then the hydrangeas will be the backdrop. So I feel like there's enough going on here with perennials that I don't really need a lot of other flowers right now. And I kind of like that it's simple right now, actually. And then here's another mini vista right here, and then one right there. So yeah, I like how this area is kind of filling in. It's been nice. It probably could use a little red and purple color in there, I just realized, but it's got blue and green, so pretty. Over here, people like updates to see how this box is covered up, and I would say it's okay. The grass is floppy because the sprinklers went off, but I feel like I just want something evergreen to go here. So eventually I'll probably move these, but they're okay for now. But I planted some geraniums in here, this bright pink, and I think they'll be perfect because it gets really hot and dry here. And then this has some throat damage too, as you can see. But this is my Olivia Austin, and it's stunning. So we'll get some footage of this. This is one of my favorite roses. The blooms are just so pretty, but I can tell this year they're a little different because of the thrips. Not much else going on here. Okay, that is it for my front yard garden tour. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Next garden tour, I think those annuals are going to be really full and beautiful, and it will be really nice. But I hope you guys have a good 4th of July and a good season celebrating America. And I will hope to see you in my next video. See you next time. Bye, guys.